Mom just announced my engagement to 200 guests. I gripped my phone, watching Uncle Raj raise his glass in celebration. I found out the same time they did. The Diwali decorations sparkled around me like a golden cage. My mother beamed at the crowd gathered in our Fremont backyard, her silk sari catching the string lights as she gestured toward me. I stood frozen by the buffet table, still holding a plate of samosas I'd lost all appetite for. "Priya Beta, come here," Mom called out, her voice carrying that tone I knew meant trouble. "Everyone wants to congratulate you." The guests turned toward me expectantly. Aunties with their knowing smiles, uncles nodding approval, cousins filming everything for Instagram. I felt like an animal in a zoo. "Congratulations!" Mrs. Patel from next door rushed over, gold bangles jangling. "When's the wedding?" "I'm so excited." I opened my mouth but no words came. My brain was still processing what I'd heard. Engaged? To whom? When did I agree to this? "Beta, where's your smile?" Dad appeared beside me, his hand firm on my shoulder. "This is your special day." "Special day?" I wanted to scream. Instead, I managed a weak smile and excused myself to the bathroom. My hands shook as I dialed Ryan's number. "Hey babe, how's the party?" His voice was warm, completely unaware that my world had just imploded. "Ryan, I need to tell you something." I locked the bathroom door. My parents just announced my engagement. To someone else. Silence. "What do you mean someone else?" "I don't know yet. They didn't bother asking me first." My voice cracked. "I'm so sorry." I had no idea they were planning this. "Priya, what are you going to do?" That was the question, wasn't it? What was I going to do? I'd been the perfect Indian daughter for 24 years. Good grades, engineering degree, respectable job at Google. I'd never openly defied them before. "I don't know," I whispered. "But I won't marry someone I don't love." When I returned to the party, Mom grabbed my arm immediately. "There you are. Come meet the Agarwal family. Vikram is such a nice boy. Doctor, you know. Very successful." She led me toward a group by the mango tree. A tall man in his late 20s stood with his parents, wearing a crisp white shirt and an uncomfortable smile. Our eyes met briefly. He looked as trapped as I felt. "Priya, this is Vikram," Mom announced. "Vikram, this is our Priya. Isn't she beautiful?" "Nice to meet you," Vikram said politely, extending his hand. I shook it, noting his sweaty palm. "Likewise. Why don't you two young people talk?" Mrs. Agarwal suggested, practically pushing us together. "Get to know each other." We walked to a quieter corner of the yard. The party continued around us, but I felt disconnected from it all. "So," Vikram said, clearly struggling. "This is awkward." That's an understatement. I studied his face. "Did you know about this before tonight?" He shook his head. "My parents told me an hour ago. Said they'd found the perfect girl and we were getting engaged tonight." He laughed bitterly. "Perfect girl who doesn't want to marry me." "It's not personal," I said quickly. "I'm sure you're a nice guy. But I have a boyfriend." His eyebrows shot up. "American?" "Yeah, 2 years together." "I love him." Vikram was quiet for a moment. "I have someone too. Her name's Melissa. We've been together 3 years, but my parents refuse to accept her because she's not Indian." We stared at each other, two prisoners in the same cell. "So what do we do?" I asked. "I don't know. My practice is finally taking off. I can't afford to lose my family support right now." He glanced toward his parents. "But I can't marry you either." "No offense." "None taken. Trust me. Maybe we can buy some time? Pretend to go along with it while we figure something out." I was about to respond when my cousin Mira appeared at my elbow. "Priya." "Oh my God, I can't believe Mom and Dad didn't tell you." She looked genuinely shocked. "I thought you knew about the engagement." "You knew?" My heart sank. Mira was my closest friend in the family. They've been talking about it for months. "I assumed you were part of the planning." She bit her lip. "I'm so sorry." I should have said something. The betrayal cut deep. How many people had known about my life being planned without me? "Excuse me," I said to Vikram, and pulled Mira aside. "Who else knows?" "Pretty much everyone in the family. Uncle Harsh has been bragging about the match for weeks." Says Vikram's family has great connections for dad's business. Of course. It always came back to business. Mira, I need your help. I can't go through with this. She looked around nervously. Priya, you can't embarrass the family like this. Not in front of everyone. So I should just sacrifice my life for their reputation? Maybe you could learn to love him? Arranged marriages work sometimes. I stared at my cousin, the person I'd trusted most in the world. Would you marry someone you didn't love? She couldn't meet my eyes. I did. The words hit me like a slap. Mira had married her husband Rohit 2 years ago. I'd thought it was love, but apparently, I'd been naive about that too. Does he make you happy? I asked softly. He's a good provider. We get along. She shrugged. Love comes later, Priya. That's what Mom always said. I felt sick. Was this my future? A life of getting along with someone while my heart died slowly? I won't do it, I said firmly. I won't live like that. Mira's face hardened. Then you're being selfish. Think about Mom and Dad. Think about the family honor. Family honor. The weight of generations pressing down on my shoulders. But what about my honor? What about my dreams? The party was winding down when Mom found me again. Beta, the Agarwals want to discuss wedding dates. Isn't that exciting? Mom, we need to talk. Privately. Her smile flickered. Not now, Priya. We have guests. Now. Something in my voice made her pause. She excused herself from Mrs. Agarwal and followed me into the house. What's wrong with you tonight? She demanded as soon as we were alone. You're being very rude. I'm being rude? You announced my engagement without telling me. Don't raise your voice at me. Her eyes flashed. And of course, we didn't tell you beforehand. You would have found some excuse to object. Because I have a boyfriend. The words hung between us like a bomb about to explode. Mom's face went white, then red. What did you say? I've been dating someone for 2 years. His name is Ryan. He's an engineer at Apple, and I love him. The slap came so fast I didn't see it coming. My cheek burned as I stared at her in shock. How dare you, she hissed. How dare you bring shame on this family? By being happy? By being a whore? The word sliced through me. I'd never heard my mother use language like that. Get out, I said quietly. This is my house. Then I'll leave. I started toward the stairs, but she grabbed my arm. You're not going anywhere. We'll discuss this after the guests leave. There's nothing to discuss. I'm not marrying Vikram. Yes, you are. The engagement is announced. The families have agreed. It's done. I'm 24 years old. You can't force me. Watch me. Her grip tightened. You'll marry him, or you'll leave this family forever. No money, no support, nothing. See how your American boyfriend likes you then. I pulled free from her grasp. You think I care about your money? I make my own living. We'll see about that. I have connections, Beta. I can make sure no Indian family will hire you. No temple will welcome you. You'll be nothing. Her threats should have scared me. Instead, they filled me with rage. Then I'll be nothing. But I'll be free. I ran upstairs and locked my bedroom door, my hands shaking as I called Ryan again. Priya? What happened? I told them about you. My voice broke. She called me a whore, Ryan. My own mother. Oh baby, I'm so sorry. His voice was gentle. Do you want me to come get you? No, not with all these people here. But Ryan, I think I need to leave. Tonight. Are you sure? This is your family. Some family. I wiped my eyes. They've been planning my life behind my back for months. Everyone knew except me. Okay, where do you want to go? Can I stay with you for a while? Just until I figure things out. Of course. For as long as you need. I started packing a bag, throwing in essentials. My laptop, some clothes, important documents. As I folded my work shirts, I remembered something important. The offer letter. The one I'd received yesterday from the Seattle office. Director of Product Management, $130,000 a year, relocation package included. I'd been planning to tell my parents after Diwali. Maybe it was time to tell them now. I heard voices downstairs, the last guests leaving, Mom and Dad talking in hushed, angry tones. My phone buzzed with a text from Arjun, my older brother. Heard about the drama. Stay strong, little sister. Not everyone agrees with mom and dad. Wait, Arjun was on my side? He was the golden child, the one who'd done everything right. Married the girl they chose, gave them grandchildren, worked in dad's import business. I called him immediately. Priya, he answered softly. I'm in the garage. Can't talk long. You know what happened? Everyone heard mom shouting. Look, I want you to know, what they're doing isn't right. You should have been consulted. Relief flooded through me. So you'll support me? Silence. Arjun. I can't openly go against them, Priya. I have kids to think about. My job depends on dad. The relief died. So you'll let them destroy my life to protect yours? It's not that simple. It is exactly that simple. I felt sick again. You could stand up for me, but you won't because it might cost you something. Priya, please understand. I hung up. So much for family loyalty. I was truly alone. A knock on my door interrupted my thoughts. Priya? It's Dad. I considered ignoring him, but something in his voice made me open the door. He looked tired, older than his 52 years. Can I come in? I stepped aside reluctantly. He sat on my desk chair while I perched on the bed. Your mother told me about the boyfriend. His name is Ryan. Dad winced. Is it serious? I love him. We've talked about marriage. Marriage. He rubbed his forehead. Priya, you have to understand our position. What will people think? What will they say about how we raised you? Dad, what people think matters more than my happiness? It's not just about what people think. It's about tradition, about values. We came to this country to give you opportunities, but we never wanted you to lose who you are. I know exactly who I am. I'm an engineer. I'm successful. I'm in love with a good man who treats me well. Why isn't that enough? Because he's not one of us. The words hit me like another slap. Not one of us. As if Ryan's character, his kindness, his intelligence meant nothing because he didn't share our skin color or religion. Dad, you work with Americans every day. You have American friends. But your daughter can't love one. That's different. How? He couldn't answer. I got a job offer yesterday, I said quietly. Seattle. Director position. Big promotion. His eyebrows rose despite everything. That's wonderful, Beta. You've worked so hard. I'm going to take it. What about everything here? What about it? You've made it clear I'm not welcome unless I live by your rules. Dad was quiet for a long time. You're really going to throw away your family for this boy? I'm not throwing anything away. You are. You're choosing your pride over your daughter. Tears gathered in his eyes. We love you, Priya. Everything we've done is because we love you. Then why does it feel like punishment? Before he could answer, Mom's voice echoed from downstairs. Rajesh, come here. No. Dad stood reluctantly. Think about what you're doing, Beta. Once you leave, it won't be easy to come back. Maybe I won't want to come back. He flinched and left my room. I could hear heated discussion downstairs, but I couldn't make out the words. My phone rang. Mira. Priya, what are you doing? Mom just called. My mom crying. She says you're planning to run away. I'm planning to live my own life. This is crazy. You're throwing away everything for some guy. Ryan isn't some guy. And I'm not throwing anything away that was actually mine to begin with. Your family loves you. My family wants to control me. There's a difference. Fine. Be stubborn. But don't come crying to us when your American boyfriend leaves you for someone younger. The line went dead. Even Mira had turned against me. I finished packing and sat on my bed, staring at my childhood room. The pictures of family vacations, the certificates from school achievements, the books that had been my escape when real life felt suffocating. Had I ever been truly happy here, or had I just been performing happiness? My phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Hi Priya, this is Vikram. Can we talk? I called him back, curious. I wanted to apologize for tonight, he said immediately. This whole situation is messed up. It's not your fault. Actually, I wanted to make you an offer. What if we pretend to go along with this engagement, but set some ground rules? Give ourselves time to figure out how to get out of it without destroying both our families. I was tempted. It would buy me time, let me leave on my own terms instead of in the middle of a crisis. What kind of ground rules? No physical relationship, obviously. We'd be more like co-conspirators. Help each other find a way out that saves face for everyone. And meanwhile, we both give up the people we actually love, temporarily, until we can find a solution that works. Vikram, there is no solution that works. Our parents will never accept who we really want to be with. The only choice is to choose ourselves or choose their approval. You make it sound so simple. It is simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. He was quiet. You're braver than I am. I'm not brave. I'm desperate. There's a difference. After I hung up, I called Ryan one more time. Ready? He asked softly. Almost. Ryan, are you sure about this? If I leave tonight, there's no going back. My family will disown me. You'll be dating someone with no family, no support system. Priya, I fell in love with you, not your family's approval. Besides, you have support. You have me, you have your friends, you have your career. That's more than a lot of people have. He was right. I'd been so focused on what I was losing that I'd forgotten what I was gaining, the right to make my own choices. Okay, give me 20 minutes. I wrote a letter to my parents and left it on my pillow. Mom and Dad, I love you both, but I can't live the life you've planned for me. I'm taking the job in Seattle and starting fresh. Maybe someday you'll understand that I'm still the same daughter you raised. I just want to choose my own path. I hope we can rebuild our relationship when you're ready to accept me as I am. Love, Priya. I grabbed my bags and crept downstairs. The house was quiet now, my parents probably in their room discussing their problem daughter. I slipped out the back door and walked to the corner where Ryan was waiting. You okay? He asked, taking my bags. Ask me in a year. As we drove away, I looked back at the house where I'd grown up. Part of me expected to feel regret, but all I felt was relief. For the first time in my life, I was free to be myself. 3 weeks later, I was in Seattle, settling into my new apartment and my new job. The work was challenging, the city was beautiful, and Ryan had found a position at a hospital there. We were building a life together on our own terms. Then Arjun called. Priya? Thank God. I've been trying to reach you for days. What's wrong? It's Mom. She's not well. Hasn't been eating, barely leaves her room. Dad's worried sick. Guilt hit me like a truck. Is she okay medically? Physically, yes. But emotionally, I think she's having some kind of breakdown. She keeps saying she failed as a mother. I closed my eyes. Arjun, I can't come back and pretend to be someone I'm not. I'm not asking you to. But maybe you could call her? Let her know you're safe. Did you tell them about Seattle? Yes. Dad was actually proud when he heard about your promotion. He's been bragging about it at the temple. Bragging about my success while mourning my independence. The irony wasn't lost on me. I'll think about it. There's something else. Vikram called off his engagement to you. Told his parents he couldn't marry someone who didn't want him. They're furious, but he said he'd rather face their anger than live a lie. Good for him. At least one of us had found some courage. I called Mom that evening. She answered on the first ring. Priya? Her voice was small, fragile. Hi, Mom. Are you okay? Are you eating enough? Are you safe? Despite everything, I smiled. Even when she was angry with me, she was still my mother. I'm fine. I'm doing well at work. I'm happy. Silence. I'm sorry, she whispered finally. I'm sorry I called you those names. I was angry and scared, and I said terrible things. I know, Mom. Do you? Do you really love him? This Ryan? I do. And he treats you well. Very well. Another long pause. Your father wants to meet him. My heart stopped. What? He says if you're going to be with this boy, we should at least know who he is. Make sure he's good enough for our daughter. I started crying then, relief and hope overwhelming me. Are you serious? We can't lose you, Beta. You're our daughter. We love you more than our traditions. Mom, bring him home for Christmas. If you want to. I want to. We both want to. When I told Ryan about the call, he held me while I cried happy tears. Think they'll like me? He asked. Give them time. They'll love you because I love you. And if they don't? Then we'll keep building our own family. But I think they're ready to try. Christmas was awkward at first. Ryan was nervous, my parents were stiff, and I felt like a translator between two worlds. But slowly, carefully, we found common ground. Dad discovered Ryan was a huge cricket fan. Mom was impressed by his respectful manner and genuine interest in her cooking. It wasn't perfect. It would take time to rebuild trust and establish new boundaries. But it was a start. 6 months later, when Ryan proposed on a beach in Oregon, I called my parents immediately. "We want to have 2 ceremonies," I told them. "One for his family, one for ours. We want both cultures represented." "Yes," Mom said simply. "That's perfect." As I hung up, I thought about that Diwali night that had changed everything. I'd lost the family I thought I knew, but I'd gained something better, a family that accepted me for who I really was. Sometimes the most important rebellions happen quietly, one brave choice at a time. And sometimes, if you're very lucky, the people who love you find a way to love the real you too. The wedding that never was had led to something better, a life that was entirely my own.